Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, sometimes you need love, sometimes you need inner peace, and sometimes you just need to watch a killer doll flick. Tonight's movie, Dolly Dearest.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. All hope is lost. Yes. And tonight, I thought it's time for a little bit of a change of pace. We have done the slasher thing already so far this year, but I thought it's time maybe for a bit of the supernatural slasher, and also a sort of thing that my brother absolutely hates. I guess this is his great fear, and that is the supernatural doll slasher. Yes, because tonight's movie is Dolly Dearest. Ooh, scary Dolly Dearest. So what is Dolly Dearest about? Well, it is about a man who is moving his family to Mexico because he has bought a doll factory and he's going to use that doll factory to make his fortune. He's going to be a doll maker. And so, he's got the wife, played by the beautiful Denise Crosby, as well as the young son and a young daughter. And of course, the son is mischievous and adventurous, and the daughter, well, she's, just your average daughter. Anyways, however, near the factory, this doll factory that he purchased, there was an archaeological expedition going on, uncovering the tomb of an ancient evil. And of course, the uncovering of the tomb leads to the escape of the ancient evil, and it decides to possess the doll in the doll factory. The doll that, of course, the man gives his daughter, and of course they become fast friends, and disturbing, murderous things happen. In fact, the wife is starting to feel like something's wrong with the daughter and that doll. And of course, the maid, the housekeeper, religious person, she senses the evil and all that stuff. But all of a sudden, murderous things happen. Will the family be able to escape the clutches of the murderous doll, or will they all end up dead? And will the child, the daughter, end up being possessed by the evil and become a new vessel for the ancient devil god thing? Well, you'll have to watch the movie to find out. Anyway, so let's get to those scores. Violence and gore. I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. Look, there's this nice bloody sewing machine thing, and we get some hacking and an electrocution here, but overall, really not much violence. Honestly, the guy dies of a heart attack, not from the. Anyway, but I mean, the dolls are menacing and creepy, and when I say dolls, that's because he ends up possessing more than one, and this is before the whole multi-Chucky thing that's gone on in the Chucky universe. Anyways, but still, yeah, it's an average amount of violence and blood. So there you go, 2.5 out of 5. It's not a complete bloodbath, but what percent? Moving on to Shock Value, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. There are some pretty creepy jump scares in here, but not a whole lot, and nothing plot-wise is really shocking about this movie, but some decent jump scares, the creepiness of the dolls and their, ability to hide and run around and stuff like that. So it definitely does give you this kind of mood of this, oh gosh, where is it? What's going on? Things like that. Plus, like the whole lead up with the daughter and the doll, and they're going into this house on the property. It's strange, weird, and it definitely gives you a creepy, eerie vibe. So kudos for that. But Shock Valley, 2 out of 5. Plot, a 3 out of 5. Look, it's pretty. It's above average. I like the idea that it's some ancient evil. I like the dynamic of they like everyone except maybe the husband has a lot to do in this film, from the brother to the brother to the wife to the little girl. Rip Torn is in this, which is great, and he's like the head archaeologist, researcher, professor guy. He does a good job. They all have interesting things to do in this movie. And even though it's not as violent and nasty as it could be, it definitely moves along at a brisk pace. And I think everyone, the story really does nail the slow, creepy vibe that this movie needs to have for it to be successful, and I think they did it. So kudos. 3 out of 5. Moving on to Nudity, 0 out of 5. But I mean, lovely Denise Crosby, fully clothed once again. Anyways, whatever. 0 out of 5. Moving on to enjoyment factor, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. I do like these small scale, creepy doll horror movies, and this one is definitely creepy. Yes, I would like it to have been a little bit more violent, a little bit more blood, perhaps a bit more jump scares, and maybe a little sexiness in there too. But regardless, it's still a very solid and entertaining film for me that hits those creepy vibes. And so I think it's a decent change of pace type of movie from your regular slasher fare, your giallo fare, your creep out, blood soaked sexual orgy things, and it's just kind of like an not saying old fashioned, but I guess nowadays, I guess it's considered old fashioned creepy killer doll movie that doesn't always take itself too seriously, but doesn't have the mainstay slasher personality of the killer, cracking jokes and shit like that. It's just downhole, good old fashioned creepy possessed dolls murdering people. All right, and terrorizing a family. Okay, so 3.5 out of 5. My overall impression, though, is a 2.5 out of 5. Honestly, it's very average. It's a very average movie, but sometimes average is good. Sometimes you don't need to think too much. Sometimes you don't need to be bombarded with buckets of blood and loads of tits. Sometimes you just need a movie that will creep you out and make you look under your bed before you go to bed at night, make you look twice at any kind of dolls or stuffed animals or anything that it's like, hey, we're good, right? We're good, guys, right? Beep, beep. I don't even know why I did that, but anyways, I'm dead now. Shit. Okay, but sometimes that's all you need. It gets the job done, and it's entertaining enough. So 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, sure. Right. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's not spectacular by any means, but it's something that it's something that you kind of need sometimes, so that you can really appreciate the awesome movies and really, really know that you've watched some real garbage in your life too. So when you get those average films, it's almost like it's like a relief, in a way. It's like you can just sort of like relax and have fun. I don't know. Anyways, 2.5 out of 5, and that averages out to a 2.4 out of 5. Yeah. I mean, it's almost right there at 2.5. If they would have had a little bit more blood, maybe. Oh shit! I forgot to talk about acting. Acting is a 3 out of 5. Look, like the guy who plays the husband. Okay, whatever. And child actors, they're kind of hit or miss. Really the standouts are Rip Torn and Denise Crosby. But I think Denise Crosby kind of does a weaker performance because she's a little more hysterical in this movie. And so she's not as strong as possible. But Rip Torn is just awesome in whatever he does. And he's got that presence and that gravitas. But yeah, so I mean, everything's decent. 3 out of 5 for the acting. Sorry, skipped over that. But whatever, going back. See, so there was a bunch of 3s, a 3.5. A 2.5, a 2, and a 0. So I mean, it almost got there, man. See, if Denise Crosby just showed her assets, even one scene, it would have gotten up there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, there you go. Dolly Dearest. Dolly Creepy Dearest. I like the multi-doll aspect that happens toward the end of the film. It's definitely one of those things at home, man. My brother would just be like fucking nightmare fuel, the whole thing. I mean, you can't even look at the packaging. He's like, oh. Anyway, so there you have it. Dolly Dearest, tell me what you think in the comment section below. And thank you for watching another episode of the 30 Minutes of the Halloween Horror. And look, it's a rather quick one, which is sometimes we also need that as a sort of change of pace, even for me, because oh my God, the energy starts to get a little low. Anyway, so thank you again for watching another episode of 30 Nights of Halloween Horror. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. And as always, stay scary, internet. And yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna give my my daughter, if I ever have one. I mean, so many people would have to die if I had a daughter, because it's just all the boyfriends would end up disappeared somehow. I don't know what happened, officer. They just decided to leave existence. Anyways, I don't know if I could give her a really realistic looking doll, and then of course if her personality changes and starts saying that she's her best friend and stuff like that, I'd start to worry about her social skills and all that stuff. But then again, coming from my gene pool and myself, I mean, she probably would have poor social skills because I am just obviously loner city. Anyways, what am I talking about? Oh no, I was talking about giving a doll to my daughter. I'm yeah, I guess it's fine. Whatever. I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds? I mean, I'm not, near any ancient burial sites for demon baby killing, blood sucking monsters. So I guess it's okay. Fine. I'll get her a doll. I'll get her a doll. What could possibly go wrong, right? I mean, I think that's what everyone says in these movies, right? Anyways, whatever. Ah!